Wow. It's your girl, baby. It's the mule. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. Wow, what's good, MJ? MJ says she first. Yes, my love. Wow, what's good? I am not for everyone. Wow. She said, wow, mule. Uh I pinned the link early just because guess what? I ain't gonna even hold y'all today. We're gonna get this here conversation popping. Y'all, I heard this really interesting conversation, and y'all tell me what y'all think about it because this here was some fugazi. But I also, before I even do that, I really want to just say this here. Um, let's see, because I took a few notes, guys. I took a bunch of notes actually, but I actually was supposed to do a show tomorrow. I You say make sure to pin the stream link. What you mean? I pinned my link. It's not pinned. Oh no. Oh, you're right. Let me pin it right now. Oh, I'm gonna pin it. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna start playing this and then I'm gonna pin it. Screen in front of their face, right? But a 2-year old, if you wrote a book that was an extremely negative book, like I'm not gonna say that guy's name. Having so many difficulties right now. Sure, I mean, it might be part of it, but I mean, like, the more impactful and powerful the invention, the more good and the more bad it can do, right? Like nuclear research, gives us amazing reactors that can produce a lot of energy relatively cleanly, and it also gives us atomic weapons that could maybe end the entire world, right? And I feel like cell phones and the internet are similar. I'm 34. You seem like an older guy, maybe or like around my age, or maybe a little older. Like, I remember growing up, like if you asked me a question about anything, you would pull out the fucking Encyclopedia Britannica to look up an answer. And now you have like the world's information is at your fingertips. That's unbelievably crazy advance in technology, right? Like that's the. But don't you think that I actually like reading my Encyclopedia Britannica? Don't you think that's a little more organic? Don't you think that's more valuable when you actually have to search for the knowledge as opposed to someone just Google? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and skip it just a little bit, just because I think that's boring. So anyway, yeah, but yes, I am gonna do the on Friday stream because I'll be out of town actually Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, so I have to do it Friday. If I don't do it Friday, I have to do it Tuesday. So I want to do it Friday. And it's allowing women to live independently from men. They don't have to marry somebody to find a job. I want to. It's like when time you choose the person that you're gonna have, as opposed to someone just Googling it and not knowing for sure if it's accurate. Maybe it could be, or there might be a lot of people that just don't do the search at all because they either don't have the books. Because if you had one of those sets of Encyclopedia Britannicas, you're paying like a lot of money for a good set of them, and then a lot of people just end up not knowing. I do that. Not to like go too deep into this, but just circling back, like, because you asked me what are like been really impactful things. We landed on the moon, we got nuclear weapons, we've got the internet. I agree that these things can be good or bad. I'm just saying that they're impactful. It's like when Time chooses the person of the year. Like sometimes it's a really bad person, sometimes it's a good person, it's people that are impactful. When I look at like the big differences that women have right now compared to like 30 years ago, or maybe 60, 70 years ago, two big things that have changed for women are like college and work, and then reproduction. Mm-hmm. Those are like the two huge. Those are like 95% of what is.
Now, what is it that the manosphere? He's saying for women, what's the two big things that have changed, right? And it's your your education and your reproductive rights, right? Listen to this.
Like sometimes it's a really bad person, sometimes it's a good person, it's people that are impactful. When I look at like the big differences that women have right now compared to like 30 years ago, or maybe 60, 70 years ago, two big things that have changed for women are like college and work, and then reproduction. Mm-hmm. Those are like the two huge. Those are like 95% of what has changed women, and then like 5% can be like Instagram, social media, Kim Kardashian, whatever. But I think those two things have been huge because it's a lot of women put off having children by using birth control or whatever, and it's a lot of women to live independently from men. They don't have to marry somebody to find a job. And when I look at these two things, I don't think these things are going away. We're not getting rid of birth control, and we're not removing women from work or from school. So given that, and I regularly say this all the time, right? We can't think of an idealized world. We've got to look at the world we live in. If that's the world we live in, then I don't think it's enough to tell men that you should just be a top 1%er, and then you're going to get a woman, right? You have to find a way to adapt to the world we're in, where women have changed significantly in the past 30 or 40 years. So that's why I talk from that frame of reference. Women are educated. Women do have birth control. So if you want to get a woman, you've got to work harder for it now. Whereas in the past, what you had to do was like just actually work a job, and you'd be basically guaranteed a wife. Oh no, it's not to me.
Wait, did y'all hear this man? For you to actually get a woman, see, this is the problem with the manosphere. Because I keep hearing the same lies, the same rhetoric, right? A man is supposed to provide and protect. A man provide and protect. What do you bring to the table? We don't care about your money. We don't care about your education. We don't care. They don't care about nothing, right? A man is supposed to provide and protect. But you know what? I said this the other day, so I hate to keep repeating myself. But unless your man is just a bum and don't have a job, or he glued to you at the hip, how he gonna protect you in this real world, right? When you have to go out there, you have to bring your kids. Is he not working? Is he not being a productive citizen? Right? So it's just, and let me just be clear. I am not against good men. I am not against the good regular men. I'm against these manosphere crazos that really are teaching men falsehoods. And they're teaching them a man is supposed to provide and protect. But listen to what this white man gonna try to tell him. No, you need a personality. You need to actually be a good, decent person. You know what I'm saying? Before, women didn't have a right to work. He's the white guy is really talking about white women because black women has always had to work. But he's talking about his side, about women being able to work now and earn their own keep and stuff like that. So, but I'm just saying we know that black women have always worked on the plantation, off the plantation, now and to the end of time. We have always worked. This is BS. I'm saying in the majority, like the 95% of us have always worked. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Me, and then this is just my opinion. This is not going to be popular with everybody, but in my opinion, it's not about the men being top 1%ers. It's not even about taking away what women already have. Like, you can't put the cat back in the bag. That's not going to happen.
Well, ain't that saying supposed to be you can't put the genie back in the bottle? What when they started putting cats in bags? I don't know. Maybe I'm slow. I don't know.
My thing is, it's about carrying on a tradition of what you know works. I feel like in this day and age,
He's talking about carrying on a tradition of what we know works. Well, let's say what in this America, what we knew worked was slavery. Slavery worked for how many years? We knew Jim Crow worked, right? How many years did that last? You know what I'm saying? I mean, these men want to play like they're so conservative and traditional. Do you know what the meaning of conservative means? They don't like change. They don't like change. So you want us to go back to when the white people thought everything was the good old days for them? The good old days for them was slavery. The good old days for them was Jim Crow. Is that what you black men trying to lead? See, that's why I tell you women to stop looking for leaders. Stop looking. Everybody is not, every man, because they have a penis, is not a leader. You understand? Hold on.
age where we're just on this mission to dismantle everything that came before us, even if it worked.
But they did want to dismantle slavery, right? Didn't we as black people, men and women, need to dismantle that? Even though they felt like it worked? You know, I'm going to tell you this. These men really want to be the oppressors of their own women. It's the sickest thing in society today. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've had several white women over 1 year because of the circles I run in actually feel comfortable enough to come and want to discuss with me the state of black men and how horrible they treat black women. This is me getting lectured by white women. We were at a Christmas party, you guys, on December 18th, I think. And and we had formal dress. And I had a non-black woman decide to tell me and my husband about black stuff and how horrible she felt for our community. This is the sickness that they don't realize. These men paint this degenerative stuff and they think they're attacking their women, right? But the rest of the world and the rest of society going to see them for who they are. And even though they lie to us, they don't want to talk about their jail statistics. They don't want to talk about the incarceration. They don't want to talk about none of the messed up stuff they do in society. You know what? Let me just let this play because I don't want to hold y'all.
I mean, so I don't necessarily disagree with you. So progressives or people really far on the left have a habit of wanting to dismantle everything, whether asking why it was the way that it was, right? So you'll have people on the left saying things like, oh, like gender roles are all fake. And it's like, okay, we've had like 10,000 years of them. Like, are they really that fake? So I agree with you that there are some traditions that, even if we don't carry them on, we at least need to understand.
Listen, these traditional gender roles that they keep throwing up are traditional gender roles. They were roles that were given to us by our captives, by our enslavers, right? And it's all bullshit. I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. When I tell you watch that earlier video I did on women were the first slaves, it's the truth.
Understand like where they came from, but the world is changing. Even the way that our traditions, show themselves in society changes. And I think that if you don't want to get left behind by the world, like you have to change along with it. Like some things are probably here to stay. Like some type of gender dynamic in society. Like men and women are different. We're never going to be the exact same. It's never going to happen. But some things will change. Let me ask you this. While we're while we're in this country, and the men in this country, the men in the West,
I want to say fair use. This is fair use, guys. This is just for commentary.
are practicing this sort of new age of enlightenment. Would you say that men of other countries are doing the same, or would you say that they're pretty much sticking to the traditional construct of what a man is? I think the West got here first, but I think other countries are slowly starting to go through the same processes that we did. Like, we're just the trailblazers, but they're definitely following suit. So, like, if you go to, like, the Middle East, the men are going to be quite a bit more traditional. But, you know, like, even in Saudi Arabia, as a few years ago, where they can drive, you know, if you go to really, you know, older countries or places where the roles are a lot older, you're going to find pretty traditional men. But you'll find that, like, their birth rates are dropping off. They're not having a ton of children because they're not all dying, you know, to dysentery or some random shit. You will find that, like, the rest of the world is slowly following in our footsteps, and that seems to be a trend that's not going to change anywhere. Like, I don't know any places like.
So, what do you think when he says the rest of the world are slowly following in our footsteps? Do you think he thinks the rest of the world is slowly following in black men's footsteps? Or do you think he's saying the rest of the world is slowly following the white man's footsteps? Whose footsteps are we slowly following, guys? I'll continue.
We're super successful and we have stuck with our traditional roles and nothing has changed. Like, all the most successful countries have been moving in this direction, and I can't think of any, like, counter examples to that. Well, the thing about it is there are countries that, you know, I'm pretty sure you pay attention to politics. There are countries that have made it a point to make for certain that they don't have certain things on their television shows and they don't have certain literature and things of that nature. What I see, in my personal opinion, I see China, I see Russia, I see India making it a point to make sure that they continue to raise.
Listen at the places this man names. China. China, where the homosexuality, listen, they murdered off so many women. They don't have no women, girls for the men to marry. The men are forced into homosexual activity. It they done made laws. They done started shipping the damn men to Africa by the millions. The Chinese men are all over Africa, girl, trying to find wives and wife. Girl, look, populating the African people. You hear me? Them Chinese men had to get rid of them Chinese men because they don't have nobody for them to marry because they've been doing infanticide and all this shit over that for a long time. They had it to where you could only have one child. So they were murdering the one, if the first child was a daughter, they would murder her and then try to have a boy. And then they have the boy and then, the woman to get her two side. Because if you only allow one child, but now they have a two-child rule because they realize the flaw in it. Now they're encouraging everybody to have one boy and one girl. And it's sad that your government have to tell you have one boy and one girl. Right? Russia, Russia actually have the damn child brides, what they actually have mail order brides here to America. This is the countries that this man, angry man, named. India, oh my God, it's so horrific. This is the countries this man want to look up to. I'm telling y'all, if y'all black women really listen to these men, they're going to have us back in slavery. They're going to have y'all in slavery. I ain't going.
These traditional men, and when I say traditional men, I mean the more, for lack of a better phrase, the John Wayne, no nonsense type of guy. And I believe that they're doing that so that they can actually build stronger militaries. So I'll pose the question to you that I asked the guy last night that came onto my show. Do you think that the 18-year-olds of our country would be able to storm the beaches of Normandy today? If they had to, I think you can. I think that I feel like the circumstances create the people to some extent. I think that when you think of like an average 18-year-old today, you think of a guy with blue hair that's like crying on a college campus because he got injured by something or some shit, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like a lot of people think that, but I think that like if our country were under legitimate threat, or if we had to go and like fight somewhere, like we could do it, right? I mean, like right? You're not going to see marches for LGBT rights in fucking in places where people are struggling just to get enough food on the table. I agree with you there. But as places in India and China have gotten more success.
So, can y'all hear me? Wait, hold on me. What y'all think so far? Um, okay, let me try to do this. Wow, now I can see y'all. Okay. Let me see. Wow, what's up, good? Trinity the Sound Travel Show. MJ, he's talking about who worked for them. Woman was providing and protecting men. Men was pimping out and drug their girlfriends and wives, abandoning their families and welcome back with open arms. Yeah, wow, was good, Letitia Lovejoy. Wow, was good, pro white male leadership. I did not see none of y'all. I was like, what's going on? Wow, was good, black audacity. Pro black white male leadership. Trinity, wow. Oh, his name is Destiny, y'all. This guy name is Destiny. I went and followed him today, y'all. Um, bro, I was really pointing out the great grandson. Wow, was good, Josh. Josh Watson. Josh, I gotta see if I ever modded you. Listen, y'all, before I make my whatever thousand people who rock with me, I'm gonna rock with y'all, and then after that, I'm not getting no new mods because you know what? I really love y'all who do mine for us, who mine for me. Wow, what's good, Candy Cane Lane? And the reason why is because y'all know is the sound out right now? Oh, shoot, I don't know. She said she heard the Wow, what's good, Choco Kitty? Wow, what's up, brother Boo Moo? The unapologetic Scorpio. I know who Destiny is. He was on a live stream with Seco Alba from Alba and Preach. I don't know. Okay. Okay, y'all. So no, I wanna listen. It's a method to this madness that I am trying to do. But guess what? I'm so happy y'all here. Thank y'all.
Successful as their median incomes have grown. There is a lot of social dissatisfaction in some of these places, whether it's pushing for more gay people to be represented in areas, or whether it's pushing for, right now, it's usually representation of government. But there's like this hierarchy of stuff you push for. But like if you're developing, you're fighting for like, I need fucking food and water. Then it's like, I need good job opportunities. Then it's like, I need representation of my government. I don't want to live in a fucking authoritarian regime. And then once you got that shit out of the way, then it's like, okay, I think that women should have more rights. I want to talk about LGBT issues. But like when you're still working in that like foundational shit, yeah, you're not going to see much in terms of like what we fight about for social issues in the West, right? But I mean, to some extent, I think it's a marker of our progress. Like in some ways, it's really annoying when somebody goes on Twitter and they're like, I encountered a lot of sexism today because like somebody called me a bitch. But in other ways, it's actually really cool because it's like, okay, cool. Well, you, in your mind, really bad sexism is somebody calling you a bitch. That's a mark of progress, in my opinion, because it means there's a I'm not. I'm a traditional guy, so I'm not really into the progressive stuff and all of that because I feel like when we get to the point where we allow like just having a imagination is awesome, but I feel like sometimes we've become so successful. It's kind of like what Bane said in The Dark Knight. Success has
Y'all, he brought a Bane from the Dark Knight from Batman, y'all.
defeated us. Like I feel like we start going into when you start looking at intersectionalism, which I don't want to get into a huge debate about that. Because I don't want to get I guess canceled. But when you look at intersectionalism, the reason why there's so much conflict there, the reason why there's so much conflict in this country when you have these discussions and these debates and stuff is because we're starting to get off into the weeds with certain ideas and certain ideologies. And it would be one thing if people lived their lives and didn't try to force their lifestyle or force their ideology onto everyone. But that's exactly what we live in nowadays. In fact, we live in a society now where if you're a traditional person, if you believe in certain things, like let's say for argument's sake that you're a religious person, let's say that you're a Christian, let's say that you believe in the nuclear family, let's say that you believe in just being a regular guy.
Let me just say, y'all, he gonna be deflecting this whole stream. He's gonna be just deflecting.
With a regular wife and children, you're under attack today by all of the people that are like, oh, you're old fashioned and that's not progressive and we have to.
Let me just say this too. It is so. At first, when I heard this, y'all, it was funny. But the more I thought about it, it's so disheartening that these men who are convincing women to let them lead them when we've been letting them lead for hundreds of years and they've only led to destruction, right? And they keep saying that, women can't lead, women can't think, men are logical. But listen to this here foolishness. It's gonna go back to the white man who holding them down. But they only every time this guy is gonna say it's not the black man fault, if he says it's not the black woman fault, he gonna blame it on the white man. If it ain't the white man fault, it's back to the black woman. This is sad. They take zero accountability.
The understanding of this group and that group, you're literally under attack. Like most men that are traditional men are constantly getting a finger wagged in their face. That's the reason why the whole red pill concept and the manosphere, whether it's the white one or the black one, that's the entire reason it exists. Because men feel that they're being marginalized, ostracized from society, and treated like they're just innately toxic, and that's wrong. So, again, there are a lot of things you're agreeing, or that you're saying that I agree with. I just don't think that there's that gender. When you talk about like getting off into the weeds with certain ideologies and attacking it without believing the right.
Did y'all hear what he said? He said there's a lot of things you said I agree with, but I just don't believe that they're that gendered. Let me rewind it a few seconds. Hopefully I ain't go too far.
I think you're agreeing, or that you're saying that I agree with. I just don't think that there's that gender. When you talk about like getting off into the weeds with certain ideologies and attacking it without believing the right things, I think we do have a big problem with that today in society. I think a lot of it comes from the left kind of having their thumbs on a lot of the levers of cultural power. But I just don't think it's like a gender thing. That's like a political, ideologically driven thing. Now, when you talk about like men are traditional men and they're getting fingers wagged in their faces, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's happening. I feel like people mix up a lot of the toxic aspects of red pill shit with like traditional things. If you're a good guy, you're working a good job, you go to church, and you're looking for like a traditional partner, you've got your shit handled, I don't think anybody's wagging their finger at you. In fact, because I've talked to a lot of conservative women, I think conservative women are dying to find men like that. But oftentimes, one of the biggest complaints that I hear, and I know men have the loudest voices online, so you hear about like all whores and sluts, blah, blah, blah. When I talk to traditional women or conservative women, their complaints are always like, I have no fucking idea where you can ever find a good conservative man. They don't exist. It's a bunch of schizoid young men that sit in their basements, play computer games all day, and fantasize about like having a harem of 50 women they fuck, like the guys on Fresh.
Listen, and that's the truth. It's not a problem with them can't find some good conservative black women because I personally know some, right? It's not the problem of finding them. It's the problem of when they thinking they finding these good conservative men that claim to be these good men, they're not.
In fact, because I've talked to a lot of conservative women, I think conservative women are dying to find men like that. But oftentimes, one of the biggest complaints that I hear, and I know men have the loudest voices online, so you hear about like all the whores and sluts, blah, blah, blah. When I talk to traditional women or conservative women, their complaints are always like, I have no fucking idea where you can ever find a good conservative man. They don't exist. It's a bunch of schizoid young men that sit in their basements, play computer games all day, and fantasize about like having a harem of 50 women they fuck, like the guys on Fresh and Fit tell them to do, right? I don't feel like places in the manosphere are producing these factories of like good, positive, solid young men that are like good conservative men. Confrontation with religion is really bad. Look at fucking, I don't want to go down that whole Andrew Tate road if you want to, but like Andrew Tate coming out as Islamic after fucking running a casino and a cam business. It's like the two biggest, most haram fucking things you can do in Islam, right? Or like a lot of these guys saying we need to embrace more like Christian values while telling you don't want to open relationships where you're fucking younger and younger women every year. I don't think that these are the centers of society that are going to be creating the traditional conservative man of tomorrow. It's just like the new marketing ploy that's being sold, and then all these guys that are falling into this shit, I call them OnlyFans for men, because it's just like it's rotting and destroying their minds, thinking that. To the world and attempt to live the traditional life, they're constantly being told. These guys are constantly, meeting barriers, trying to live a traditional life. Now, when they go out here, I don't know.
You hear this here excuses. Excuses, freaking excuses. He's talking about when these good men are trying to go out there and live this good, wholesome lifestyle, they're constantly meeting barriers. They're trying. You ain't never heard of Nike? Sucker, just do it. Just do it. You don't try to live a good, wholesome lifestyle. You either gonna do it or you're not. You're either living a good, wholesome lifestyle or you're not.
Constantly being told these guys are constantly, meeting barriers, trying to live a traditional life. Now, when they go out here, I don't know where these conservative, traditional women that you're talking about are. I don't know where they congregate, but these are the complaints that guys give to me, that they have so much difficulty finding these type of women, especially in black culture. In black culture, we have a
Because the truth is, they don't want good traditional women. Black men want easy. They're lazy. They're not. Let me just tell you that a lot of the men who I personally have started seeing, they want women like the Fresh and Fit. This guy says Fresh and Fit is a debate show, right? Well, he brings on Marion from Fresh and Fit says it's a debate show. But do you see how he brings on women in bikinis and sexy, sexy? Do you think he's really bringing on intellectual women? No. He brings on these sexy, sexy, beautiful women and then wants to shit on them and embarrass them. And that is what these black men believe is intellectual. They believe these men are smart, right? Because they bring on these sexy women. Oh, and the men are smarter than those women. Those women, yeah, because those women are not thinking they're there for a damn debate. They're thinking they're there for a conversation. And they just don't understand that they're not. They don't understand that they're there for shark food.
we have an issue where there's this culture of promiscuity. There's this culture of the slut walk and all of those different type of things.
Now, the culture of promiscuity is not on the men, right? It's on the women. I ain't gonna even go. I'm gonna let y'all hear what this fool say. But all us women know that growing up, how many kids your granddad had with your grandma? How many kids he had with somebody else? How many kids your father had and then had kids on your mother? Huh? But see, those women didn't have rights and they didn't have choices and options, right? So they were trapped and stuck with those guys. Unloyal, dishonest heathens. But these guys he want to say are traditionalists.
Every single woman they encounter is part of the sexual revolution, so they're going to be, a little more free sexually, and that's a nice way of putting it. So when these guys are out here actually looking for marriageable women, they're coming up short. They can't find any
because they're not marriageable men. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know I'm already married. Okay. But had I not been married right now, I don't think I would be looking for no guy to marry me. Honestly. First of all, most of the women in our society are gonna out earn the men. Let's just be honest and be real. And then we have the most disloyal men. I don't even know. I thank God I got married really young. Like I said, we both were broke, so it wasn't no money, into it, and there's still no money. Whatever we have occurred together. But what I will say is this: trust for me is everything. I trust my husband with my money. I trust him with my life. I trust him with our kids, right? But today, do I think that would be wise for me to tell women that you need to do this as I did it? Man, it's scary. If you listen to these men off YouTube, and I'm not, and I don't want, listen, I'm a mule. I want love. I want happiness. I want families. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I'm saying if you guys are running into men who are listening to these men, run. If you're listening to a man who follows angry man and think these guys are smart, leave those guys alone. I'm telling you, they're not for families. They're not for raising their kids. They're not for being productive citizens. All they want to do is cry about yesterday. That's it. And they got an excuse for every goddamn thing. They have an excuse. Not a solution, but they have an excuse.
Part of the new age way of thinking is that women should be able to do the things that men have traditionally done. And the sad part is whenever you hear that, it's always women taking the most negative things of men and then touting that as empowerment. This is what the guys are encountering on a regular basis, where the women, they want to be, they want to do the same things, they want to have the same equality as men, which is fine, but they don't want the same accountability, the same responsibility.
Because women live in their accountability. He's gonna bring up single mothers and all this his shit, right? But if you're a single mother, who that means you're raising your children, right? By yourself. You're gonna do the best you can. See, these men have no sense of accountability, right? Even when they go to jail for doing illegal activity, it's not them, it's the criminal justice system. You're gonna hear him. Let me let it play. Fair use, everybody. Hit the cash app, please, y'all. Somebody support the channel. I just need one person to support the channel. That's it. One person support the channel, please.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you're willing to be in the right, have you heard of this? I know you've heard of the saying. You heard of the saying, dress for the job that you want? Yeah. Yeah, the idea is like you should carry yourself through life like you're where you want to be, because that's how you're going to find that place, essentially, right? I'll hear people say this, like, I don't know where to find conservative women. And then you like ask them, well, where are you looking? And they're like, well, I've tried Tinder, I've gone on Bumble, I've gone on Hinge. And it's like, okay, do you go to a church? Like, do you have a community of like conservative friends? Have you been involved in any political or community organizing? Because like, especially in the Black community, right? Like women are like the backbone.
This poor man, this poor Dwight man, he really, his name is Destiny. I'm just joking, y'all calling him the white man, but his name is Destiny. And guess what? I have liked and subscribed him. But anyway, yeah, no, you ain't gonna hear this shit. You ain't gonna hear. They not about to do. Let me start it from here. Let me let it play. But y'all hear his cash app and keep going off in his super chats. This is all Black women supporting this man. All Black women. Every time I look at Angry Man, it's mostly Black women supporting him.
Like, do you have a community of like conservative friends? Have you been involved in any political or community organizing? Because like, especially in the Black community, right? Like women are like the backbones of all of these things. And if you're looking for conservative people and you're in those areas, you'll find them there. But I feel like people aren't setting themselves up in a conservative lifestyle. Like, if you tell me you're looking for a conservative woman and you're not part of your local church, like, Jesus, that's like the number one place to start, right? Because these are where, off of churches, are where all your community building activities are going to stem from. Every church has a bulletin board where people are doing things. A lot of churches are involved in like community outreach. You can volunteer. You get a ton of people this way. But people aren't willing to go out and look for it. Yeah, but I feel like in terms of that type of advice, I never hear red pillars talking about that. It's always like the sexual marketplace, the high value man, are these things you have to do to exploit the dynamics of the evolutionary psychology of women, so that you can fuck as many women as possible, unless we get to 1%. And like that's the message I hear over and over and over and over and over again. Rather than like look up your local archdiocese, start going to your church every Sunday, and when church ends, everybody's chatting with each other because that's of it do. Sometimes the priest will come out and talk to people, and you just like talk to people and you meet friends that way. Like that's how you organically grow up.
Yes. Sugar Mom called it. Yes. It is the white man who has the blue hair. Yes. His name is Destiny, right, Sugar Mom? And this is the thing. I don't care how, what you say, but at the end of the day, he did not back down. He did not. Fair use, everybody. Fair use.
Group of friends, but I don't hear that advice ever in the manosphere. I hate the reason why you never hear that in the manosphere is because the biggest hoes usually go to church.
Now, this is a man talking to the white man. And this is the reason why I really want to play this too. Because I am tired. Oh, Lord. Somebody, please, hold a mule. Hold my mule. Girl, don't make me have to go to church today. Sing me some Shirley Caesar. Because I am tired of them using how the white man hold them back. But I'm going to tell you this. If I was talking to an angry man, he wouldn't be disrespectful. See, when you talk to a black man and they own all this here black shit, they call you every bitch, whore, everything but a child of God. They will disrespect you to the most because you're not white. They only respect the other man or their own, right? But they do not respect us. And we have got to let this shit go. Fair use, everybody. Fair use.
Out. And the reason why they checked out is because of the ridiculousness that's going on in the church. You got the Baptist preacher actually having sex with women in the congregation.
Now he just said we got the Baptist preachers having sex with the women. Listen, all of our churches are run by who? Black men, right? And then they want to blame that the black men who are screwing the black women in the churches, they don't blame the black preacher. Who do they blame? Oh, no. You ain't guessed it. It's the black woman fault. It's everything. Everything go back to being a black woman. It's the black woman.
You got women actually twerking in church. You got the single mothers sitting on the front pew of the church. Like, the church, especially in the black community, I can't speak for the white community, but in the black community, the church is lost, bro. It's done. Where are all of these single moms coming from? Where are they coming from? Yeah. Well, I mean, because the church is fucked because it's all like single moms and people like. It seems like it takes two to tango, right? Like it can't just be all one.
It can't possibly take two to tango when black men hold no responsibility. They're not accountable for shit. I mean, what is the white man thinking? How could he dare think that it would take two to tango? How dare you, white man? How dare you believe that it took two to tango? Let me rewind that. Girl, that was so funny. This man don't know who he's talking to. He's talking to a black man. It don't never take two to tango, baby. Black women tango, we tango by ourselves. We create life by ourselves. We miracles. We are awesome compared to black men. They shit.
People like it seems like it takes two to tango, right? Like you can't just be all one. Well, actually, no, it does. Actually, no, it doesn't take two to tango, and the reason why is because they're twerking in they're twerking in church. When you look at the black community, the vast majority of the men don't even go to church anymore. They're checked out, and the reason why they checked out is because of the ridiculousness that's going on in the church. You got the Baptist preacher. Okay, well, where are all of these single moms coming from? Where are they coming from? Yeah. Well, I mean, because the church is fucked because it's all like single moms and people like. It seems like it takes two to tango, right? Like it can't just be all on black women. Actually, right? No, it does. Actually, no, it doesn't take two to tango. And the reason why is because what's going on in the black community is you have a large group of women that are actually having sex with multiple men, having children with multiple men. You actually have twice as many women in the black community have children as the men. Twice as many. Yeah, but why is that? I mean, there are some cities where there's like 3 black women for every one man that's not in jail, right? Like I mean, like depending on the city you live in, the availability for some of these black women, you can find a guy. There's a number of factors. Yeah, but why is that? I mean, there are some cities where there's like 3 black women for every one man that's not in jail, right? Like I mean, like
Fair use, guys. Yeah, he ain't going. That's the one thing I will say about this guy. He's going to try to make his damn point. He is going to make his own points, and he's not going to be just swayed. Yes, Josh, lies, lies and alibis. Lies and alibis. Sugar Bam said, Aaron makes up shit. Yes, and that's the whole thing. This is the problem I'm having because I keep hearing, oh, well, a man is supposed to provide and protect. This is bullshit, y'all. I don't know why black women sit up here and listen to men keep saying, if all a man does is provide and protect, and you provide and protect for yourself every damn day before you marry, right? You get your ass up and go to work and have to work a job and provide and pay your own bills and pay your lights and rent and everything. And then you do all of this here, and it's called adulting, okay? When you have a job, it's like all they think a man's supposed to do is work. And he comes home, dinner served, and this, that, and the other. He, yeah, baby, what? You're not living in a real reality. If your wife been at work all day and you've been at work all day, y'all both provided. you know, this should just be unreal. And then protection. Unless you're glued at the hip with him, who protecting you? I'll tell you who protect me. When I get out here early in the morning and I drop my son off to school, I have to make sure if I need gas, I get it early. I use good common sense, right? I make sure that I'm protecting my son. I make sure that the doors are locked. I make sure that we drive straight to his school. I go straight to my job. We do little things like this here and protect ourselves, right? And I'm also strapped, right? But I'm gonna be honest, I'm a COWARD. So I'm always hoping no problems come to me. So yes. But yeah, I protect myself. Even though I do have a husband, I have to protect myself because he's at work. He's freaking at work being productive as I'm trying to be productive. I need black women to stop hearing provide and protect and start hearing I'm a good person. I'm a communicator. I'm a decent human being. God damn, how hard. BW wake up and behold. I honestly don't talk to them. Never mind listening to them. You're right. Gee, girl, you're right. Brown Barrett, what black men don't bring up is they're the least likely to sign birth certificates. So of course, exactly. They come up with these damn stats saying that they don't have children. Girl, you know I know they have children. What's on? Wow, what's up, Lady T? Let me go ahead and try to hurry up and get through this because I'm not gonna hold y'all. Because like I said, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. This YouTube costs me money. It don't make me no money. So I don't want to be up here just begging for money, but I really enjoy YouTube. I enjoy bringing y'all this. And tomorrow, y'all, I have something great. I think it's great. I don't know if it's going to be great for y'all, but I've been working on it for about 3 days. And let me tell y'all something. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes thought to have something that's decent, that I feel will be decent. So let me just go ahead and let this play. And let me tell you, I just love seeing y'all here too. So I don't want it to be like I need $1, but when you do get $1, you do feel appreciated. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, and I'm gonna let it go. Okay.
Depending on the city you live in, the availability for some of these vitamin you would find it.
I'm sorry. I want to say fair use, guys. Fair use.
There's a number of factors. The competition is very fierce, and there's a number of reasons for that.
Number one of all the reasons for all of this shit. Do I need to rewind what Destiny was talking about, aka Dwight man? Let me see. No, I ain't gonna rewind it because I want to get through this so I don't hold y'all too long.
Small percentage of the population, black women, last time I checked, outnumbered men by about 3 or 4 million, something crazy like that. Part of the reason is because of Planned Parenthood. In our community, they actually go to Planned Parenthood to the tune of 300.
Wait, hold on, girl. Let me check this here. Wait. Somebody. Can y'all hear me? I just want to say thank you, everybody. Thank you. What? Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Fair use, everybody. Fair use.
67,000 per year. That's 1,000 every day. So that already right there, you have a lower population of just black people in general due to that. In addition to that, there has been an issue with mass incarceration thanks to good old Joe Biden with the 94 crime bill. So you have a lot of.
Hold on, y'all. Let me rewind this so y'all can hear all the good excuses. I mean, y'all might have missed some of the good excuses on me, and I won't allow y'all hearing these good lies. And I just love how nice and polite this guy is.
Parenthood. In our community, they actually go to Planned Parenthood to the tune of 367,000 per year. That's 1,000 every day. So that already right there, you have a lower population of just black people in general due to that. In addition to that, there has been an issue with mass incarceration thanks to good old Joe Biden with the 94 crime bill. So you have a lot of brothers that are locked up. So that diminishes the amount of black men as well. In addition to that, you have the cultural problem of black women not being.
Listen, I'm sorry. I said I'm not going to keep stopping this stream, but let me just say this here. He just was complaining about black women going to Planned Parenthood, right? And having these abortions, right? And not wanting these babies and the use. Wait, let me see. What he say?
Answer well, too, but that is just for black people and white people and every other type of person in the United States, but it seems like the black community has like a special problem with it, right?
Well, hold on, no. When we're talking about that, there are things
Problems stem from a lot of the kind of like dysfunction that goes back and forth. I don't think it's fair to blame black women on everything.
Okay,
like, we can talk about like food stamps and welfare and all that too, but that exists for black people and white people and every other type of person in the United States. But it seems like the black community has like a special problem with it, right?
Well, hold on, no. When we're talking about, what is her name, Elizabeth Hinton, who I think went to Yale. I think she's a professor in African American studies.
Yeah, I promise y'all, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pay for StreamYards because this is crazy. I want to say one to Sister Incognito. Y'all. So if anybody don't know this, I want y'all to give a special. Can you please, everybody in the chat, give a shout out to Sister Incognito? Cause she is the one. She is the very first person, her and Suave Boss, who told me to start this channel. Y'all, they were the two who encouraged me to like really start the channel. And Sister Incognito, like for real, she gonna always hold a special part in my life. I dropped the link, MJ. You ain't never hit the link. But I mean, I know y'all be busy. That's why I said during the week, I know I really don't supposed to do the streams, but girl, sometimes I get this little itch and I want to do a stream, y'all. I want to say, wow, was good, Andrea W. Rebellion salute. Wow, thank you for joining us. The unapologetic Scorpio again. Yes, everybody, please. No, I don't know if it was Destiny, sister. I ain't gonna even much lie, because I still can't even listen to my replays because I think my voice sound, I'm from New Orleans. I think I sound weird. Anyway, when I hear myself, I don't believe I sound this, much of an accent, but I guess I do. But anyway, why? Yes. So I want Incognito to always get her flowers, y'all. Anytime I see her in the chat, I'm like, Okay. All right. All right. Let me just play this last little bit.
Or whatever. And I'm not trying to play the victim Olympics. I'm just stating the facts.
Wait, hold on. Let me rewind it because he was playing the victim Olympics. Now he just tried to get his ass out of there. Yeah, you was. Let's see, maybe right here. Let's see.
Or whereas other groups of men might get a slap on the wrist, or even worse. Okay. This was to create probation.
Okay, so this is the part I have about the Victim Olympic shit, right? Negro, y'all was committing all the damn homicides in the 90s, right? Y'all was doing all the gang banging. Y'all was doing all the crack and drug dealing. Y'all was doing all of the pimping, all of the slinging, all of the murdering, everything. And then you want to take and say about, I'm just gonna tell y'all, tomorrow show is I should label it tonight. The prison, the school to prison pipeline, y'all. Is this just a black myth? Because let me tell y'all, these people really be doing these crimes, y'all, and we lie and cover for them and try to say that they've been set up. But is it really a setup if they're actually doing the shit? I mean, this guy is going, Angry Man is going to state his case that they get harsher sentences, right? I'm not going to say straight up deny that you don't get a harsher sentence, but are you doing the damn crimes? Like, goddamn. But guess what? He blames that shit even on black women. This shit is poetic. It writes itself. Watch this. Listen to this, y'all.
Officers, all of these different things to create a revolving door in the criminal justice system, which has affected the black community significantly. So, yeah, it's wrong for any black man to go out here and commit crimes and do things that he doesn't have any business. But it has been historic.
They always got the butt, right? It's always the damn butt. Why? Why you had to put the butt in there?
For any black man.
Did y'all hear what I said? He had to put that butt in there. If he had not put the butt in here, I would not know he was an unrighteous person.
And to go out here and commit crimes and do things that he doesn't have any business. But it has been historically proven over and over again that black men have been disproportionately targeted by the criminal justice system, especially with particular crimes. When you have certain narcotics, that black men get a harsher sentence, whereas other groups of men might get a slap on the wrist, or even worse when it comes to unaliving somebody. More often than not, when a white guy goes to jail for unaliving somebody, they end up getting a manslaughter charge as opposed to second degree or whatever degree or whatever. Now, I'm not trying to play the victim Olympics. I'm just stating the facts. Like, any of this can be looked up.
Listen, he is definitely playing victim Olympic, because why are you going out there unaliving each other? And who suffers at the most from black on black crime? The black woman. I want to say, wow, what's good, Black Audacity? Welcome.
Hi everyone.
Hi, honey. Thank you for coming up.
Oh, no problem. This is it's really good, but it's so much to unpack.
Girl, it's so much. Let me just play a few more minutes and
Yep,
then we're
you.
going to start
Yes,
talking,
indeed.
okay? Okay.
It's the research is out there, so it's not just. I agree. It's not just that black men are just like, oh, we're gonna go to prison or whatever. Like right around the time that they overhauled the welfare program in 96. I'm not 96. In 65 and 66, you see a rise in single parent households. You see a rise in single parent households. You had a number of things that occurred that affect that. You had the emergence of the prison industrial complex. You're just coming out of the Vietnam War, which a lot of black men lost their lives to that. And now you have this welfare program where if you have a man in the house, one of the stipulations is you don't qualify for those particular things, which is unfortunate because during
that book America on Fire thing for the poverty one or whatever, right? But regardless of that, everything you said might be true, but none of that is black women's fault. I just think it's fair to blame black women. Like, you can't blame black women for men being incarcerated. When police are policing these areas, black men are the ones that are engaging in the crimes, the black women aren't. And I guess it just feels a little shitty to blame black women when at the end of the day, they're the ones that get saddled with all of the community responsibility. You've got to be the backbone of like all these families, of all these churches, all these things. Like, the only way these communities function are on the backs of these like single black women moms. And then say, well, hold on a minute. And then for black men to turn around and say, well, we got policed really heavily, and so, you know, we got caught selling drugs, and that's why you guys are all single moms, and that's why your lives are fucked up. But it's black women's fault for everything that happens with black women. Okay. I think there's a lot of fault that evenly goes up both sides.
Here's the thing.
Now, did you just hear him say, I don't think it's fair for you to be saying it's all black women's fault?
The only people who actually believe in black men's logic are other black men. Everybody else really looks at them as delayed and ignorant as fuck. Excuse my language. Ignorant as hell.
Girl, you could curse, because guess what? This here video made me want to shout. And then, listen, I've been in interracial groups lately. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all know I play it over here. But do you hear me really commenting and discouraging people in front of other mixed company? But what I will tell you about black men, they will shit on black women in front of any company they can get. You understand? And he was trying to win this brother over. He was trying to win the white man over. But if it was me or you, girl, we would have been all kind of cuss words. It would have never been able to been a civil conversation, because they just, like, pro-white male leadership taught me this over and over and over. Oh my God, I feel her with a club beat me over my head, saying they just don't like you. They admit it. They just don't like us.
Well, I mean, they look up to white male leadership. They just don't want you. They don't want black women to look up to white male leadership. They want us. They need somebody to be under them. So they need somebody to look up to them. And they know no other race or gender will look up to black men. So they need black women to do that. But black men absolutely look up to white men. They worship the ground that they walk on, and they really, really wish that they were like them.
Yeah, listen to this. Listen to what this white man just told him.
Preface this, I just will comment as a small jump. I think it's funny that you're citing a woman who is a historian who went to Yale. So historians are important,
that is
right?
funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, sure. That book, America on Fire, I think, for the poverty one or whatever, right? But regardless of that, everything you said might be true, but none of that is black women's fault. I just think it's fair to blame black women. Like, you can't blame black women for men being incarcerated. When police are policing these areas, black men are the ones that are engaging in the crimes, the black women aren't. And I guess it just feels a little shitty to blame black women when at the end of the day, they're the ones that get saddled with all of the community responsibility. You've got to be the backbone of like all these families, of all these churches, all these things. Like, the only way these things.
Wait, did you hear him say that? I don't think it's fair for you to blame everything that is black women's fault. They're the ones get saddled with all of the children, all of the community responsibility.
See, I mean, lets people know that other people see you, black men. Nobody's got their blinders and shades on about what's going on in the black community, but black men. Everybody else knows what's going on. Everybody else knows who the problem is. There is no community where they're going to blame the women and children for the makeup of the community. Everybody, the men are always going to be held accountable. Only people who don't understand that is black men. The culture is literally led by black men in the black community.
Yeah, I completely agree. But guess what? Wow, what's good? Miss Lady T is in the building.
What's up, Mule?
What's up, honey?
Look, I'm catching bits and pieces of this audio that you're playing. But what's sticking out to me is that the black man, I'm assuming that angry person, is trying hard to be for this white man to see him as a victim, right? He wants this white
Yes.
man to say, "You're a victim, you're right. It's our fault. It's the black woman's fault. Come here, Tyrone, let me rub you." They want that from them. They want white men to soothe them and be their dad and look at their boo-boo. And white men aren't doing that. And it's frustrating to them. So that's why he's jumping over all these hoops trying to get that. He wants that empathy. He wants that sympathy. He wants to be the white man's victim. That's what he wants.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And guess what? That man was not going.
He
Because
was
men
not going.
because
He was
He
men
not
was
going.
expect
not going, honey.
men expect you to be men. Men know that men are in competition. They don't give a damn about none of that stuff that you talking about, none of the excuses. Men think men should stand 10 toes down and take care of business. All them excuses, they not trying to hear none of that.
And this is when you understand how culturally white men are cultured different, right? And I think black men tend to think that how they're cultured is the standard. And when they get into these conversations with men from other culture, they see just how dysfunctional they are, because this man is telling you this is how men are supposed to conduct themselves, right? Men are the leaders of the community. Men set the standards. Men take responsibility. It's the man's responsibility to lead and cultivate his family. He's telling him this is how men traditionally are cultured, but they're not getting that because for generations, black women have protected black men from any responsibility or accountability. So now they're seeing how dysfunctional they really are.
Well, let me just say
Oh,
this
they
if I
knew how
can.
dysfunctional they
Can
was a long time ago.
Yeah, let
It's
me just
never
say
it's
this if
never
I can.
oh yeah.
We have been groomed if you are part of the society I grew up in, right? And I want to say this here because maybe this was the New Orleans society. Because I do know culturally different sectors of America are raised different. But this is how I was grown. I was grown to cook, to clean, to sew, to I was in beauty pageants. This is how they groomed us, right? And then my father also insisted on high expectations of education, right? And I fought against and rebelled against all of it, everything. I'm gonna just be honest. Like, like I was a child in the 90s, I was a teen in the 90s. So yeah, I was swept into that whole bad era. I'm not gonna hold y'all and lie to y'all. I was, but what I will say in the South, this is the what angry man thinks is ideal. And this is why I have a problem with women saying that they want a man to leave them. I saw men leading in the most dysfunctional ways. And I don't want that for the next generation. I don't want women thinking that they can't think for themselves. And that's all I'm saying. My thing is find a good man who loves you, who does for you, you do for. Like I said, I got married very young, and I think in one aspect you might think I was unlucky because I don't have all the worldly. I don't know everything that you know what I'm saying. Everything about dating and all of that. If you ever see me and people start talking about what's going on today in dating, I kind of go quiet. And I do that because respectfully, I don't have a clue, right? And all of that can be weird to me, even though I don't want to, disrespect anyone. However, what I will say is if I had to date today, I don't believe I would want to marry any of these men, especially the men you hear online. These guys say that they're such good men. They are horrible people. They're horrible men. And all this white guy, the white man, was trying to get him to say was, listen, back in the old days, all a man had to do was say he would provide. And if he had a job, if y'all heard that part of the comments when he was speaking, you could get a wife. He said, but now you actually have to have, social skills. You actually have to be nice. You actually have to be decent. These men want to be so mean to us. They want to, and then say we're the problem. No, we're not the problem because we have actual social skills, right? We cue social cues. Like when something isn't right, we, notice it. These men don't. But anyway, go ahead and I'm sorry, ladies. Go ahead, Sister Lady T. Go ahead and talk.
I'm good. I think you said a lot. I just feel that I don't know about this Destiny person. I don't follow him. Maybe I should. But I wonder what he's thinking sitting here having this conversation. Like, because I mean, I just wonder what he's thinking because he probably is like, what the fuck?
Um, he's thinking the same thing that everybody else is thinking. Anybody that is non black male is thinking that this man is absolutely ignorant and delayed. I let I
Oh
had
my God.
I
Wait,
had
let me just say y'all this. Me and my husband went to a Christmas party. I think it was December 18th. Well, anyway, we went to a Christmas party and I had two non-white, I'm just gonna say two white women, right? Two non-black women talking to me at a Christmas dinner. And they were just like talking to me and then were trying to ease into the conversation with me and my husband about how horrible they feel for black women, the way that black men talk about black. I felt so uncomfortable. I was squeezing my husband's hand, y'all. I was like, oh my God. And I asked the lady, I said, well, where you get this from? She goes, my brother-in-law. He says he says the most horrible things about black families. But I know you guys for over 10 years. And I'm looking at her like, and I'm just squeezing my husband. So this man who married your sister sits around talking about black people to y'all. And now you feel like you want to come up to me and tell me about it.
So is the brother-in-law black?
Yes, the brother-in-law is black. But he
Okay, well
wasn't
there you
even
go.
invited. Wait, he wasn't even at their Christmas party. That's the I was like, I told my husband, I said, it's a good thing he not here. Cause I might have would have jumped on his ass.
well, I was talking to another nurse, she was a white woman. Well, actually I wasn't speaking to her. I was listening to the interview that Akon was doing cuz it popped up in my Instagram. The interview that he was doing with Joe Button when he was talking about go to Africa cuz the women know how to submit and they know that they treat you like a king, and women need to understand that men are the actually their sperm, they can like shoot their sperm wherever and have a baby or whatever. And this white lady was listening to it, I guess, in the background, and when it stopped she was like, what was that you were listening to? I was like, that was this rapper Akon. She was like, was he for real? I was like, I said, yeah, I think he was. She was like, oh my god, I've never heard anything that ignorant. I was thinking to myself, coming to the BC, you would absolutely hear stupidity like that from the men constantly. Hello? Hello? Can y'all hear
No,
me?
yeah, yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I'm actually cooking some dinner, so that's the reason why I had muted myself. But no, I absolutely look. I'm telling you, this was I think December. It was in the middle of December, guys. I felt like Well, first of all, the lady who was speaking to me, she's a real cool person. So it was kind of odd that she brought it up, but I knew she brought it up because we all so cool and she knows she can bring up anything to me. But I just felt awkward about it. Like, I don't know, it's kind of unnerved me. And do y'all feel like that when somebody of the opposite race bring up race to you? You feel like I need to get out of that. I really want to get out of that because I know she's a good person. You
I
know?
generally, I no longer feel awkward about the situation or about the conversation. Um, I mean, I'm going to take it as far as I feel comfortable with taking it, but um, I don't feel awkward about it because at this point, black men have literally put non-black women, forced them into the conversation. So they have literally made them feel as if they have a seat at the table, so they feel like they
Well,
can
but
come
the
in and speak.
way she was talking, I don't know if I felt awkward for me or awkward for my husband. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Because
that's the thing, like
if
you
if
gotta,
it was a one-on-one thing for me, I think I could have handled it better. But
right.
by him being right there with me, I'm squeezing his hand because I'm like, I don't know, I'm not sure like what's going on, but
Well, your husband knows how to separate. He knows how to separate himself from the actual mentality and pathology that she's speaking of. So if it
yeah,
don't
she was just
apply,
like, I
if it
can't
don't apply,
believe
let
he
it fly.
says that. I can't believe he's saying this. And I feel so bad for black women. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, is this happening? Like, is this really happening today?
I
Well, I
mean,
think we know that
clearly
when the
he said
black,
it. Clearly he
well,
said it.
I think we know that black men, when they have the ear of a white person, especially a white woman, the first thing they're going to do is bash black women. I think we all know that. Um, but the fact that she felt comfortable enough to bring it up at a Christmas party, I don't know, but it wouldn't have been surprising to hear that he said that to them.
Listen, she cool as a fan. I ain't gonna even hold y'all on her. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, she think it is coming out her mouth. That's one thing I love about her, cause she don't hold no water on her chest. Anything she thinks, she gonna say. So she, not trying to say she my friend not smart, but yeah, she not that smart. Not saying she not that smart. She's not.
She's
She's one of a kind.
unfiltered. She's unfiltered.
Yes. And so anything she hear, listen. We spent a month on an assignment, so I know her. How you be with somebody too much, you know how they just react to everything. That's how she is. If she think it, she's saying it.
But see,
You
the
know.
thing is that black women have been taught to keep everything within the so-called family and within the so-called community, and been forced into this no snitching, no talking outside the community, whereas black men go outside the community and talk about everything about the black community. They dog us and drag us through the mud, throw us under the bus, whereas we are told to be quiet and to keep everything a secret because we are letting the family business out the letting the skeletons out the closet, and we need to stop thinking that we got to keep everything on the hush hush to protect black men.
And we need
I
to stop.
believe that because wait, let me just say this here because that whole conversation, you know what I kept saying? Are you serious? Really? Oh, that's weird. I kept saying he's weird. Like, oh, really? And I'm thinking to myself, girl, you know you believe this shit.
Yeah,
but I
black women also have to stop fooling themselves as if everybody doesn't see them. Like everyone sees the condition of the black, quote unquote, black community. Everyone sees it. Like you can't hide it anymore. This isn't the 70s or the 60s. We're in the social media age. Everyone sees what's happening. So the black women, this culture of, oh, don't tell anybody, it doesn't work now. Everyone sees it.
and you
Especially
know
with
what?
especially with the men all on TikTok and every social media, letting the,
Hmm.
the world know how much they hate you. So yeah,
Hmm.
the world definitely sees it.
Yes, but this is the thing. It's backfiring to me on them. It's like more they shit on us. It's like the more the world thinks they're less, like like they think them shitting on us is making people big up them. And no.
Because they're slow and delayed. This is the thing. How can you shit on the actual womb that you come out of? They can say that
Exactly.
they're not talking about their mothers, but nobody looks at it in that way. You can't say that you hate black women, that they're ugly, they're disgusting, their features are unattractive, when your mother looks exactly like the woman that you're talking about, and say, oh, but I'm separating my mother and my sisters and my aunties. Like, no, like, it makes no sense for you the actual womb that you come out of. The only way that your race can continue is through that womb, and you're acting like that womb is trash. Like, nobody is going to take them seriously, and everybody looks at them as degenerates.
So black men want the world to think that the most undesirable women on the planet somehow birth the most desirable men on the planet.
Yep, that's what they want.
It's a
And they
conundrum.
think that
It's a
people are
conundrum.
buying that.
Yes. And that's the saddest thing. It's like you think the most unattractive women in the world birth the most attractive men. But if they mate with you, wouldn't they be making a reproduction of you or me? I'm confused. Like like if they go off and make a baby with you and I made you, wouldn't something be wrong with them? I don't know.
Because now they've started to say that black women are only good for breeding, because that's what we've been doing since slavery. So they said black women have been breeders since slavery, and that's the only thing they're good for. Not for marrying, not for relationships, just for breeding. These men are idiots. These
Right. And
men
that's why
have
I'm
they have
surprised a white
chewed
man is talking.
they have, they've chewed too much lead. They are they've been on Ritalin too much during the 90s. These men are emotionally and mentally unstable.
But listen, at one point, he was complaining about black women having so many abortions. Da, 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 da. Then he started saying, well, black women make babies for men just to trap them to get welfare checks and what did he say? Welfare checks and child support. And so the guy said, well, he said, no, I don't think that's true. He said, and then he said, I know it's true. He said, I lived this life. And then he said, well, you also said they have all these abortions. So why would they have abortions if they thought they could live a great life off of welfare?
Girl, the
He
men
said,
who pay the lowest in child support, it's just, just listening to them it's
that
literally
shit
like
was so
losing.
funny, girl. It was like, God damn, I lost brain
It's
cells
That's what I was just gonna say.
listening
You
to
lose
this shit.
brain cells listening to this. Like, the men who pay the least amount of child support, and not only do they pay the least amount of child support, but they don't pay they're behind on child support more than anybody else, are saying that people are trapping them for $40 a month in child support. Like, I just it's mind boggling how immature and, like, idiotic these men are.
It's like, think about it. A woman can literally log on to OnlyFans, set up an account, show her pussy, ass, and titties, and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. But somehow she would prefer to lay up and be pumped and dumped by a naker and get $22 a month.
And risks being made on the live during her pregnancy, leaving her
Correct.
baby
Wait,
shower.
That's what they want us
I,
all to believe.
guys, I saw a TikTok the other morning, and I wish Sharice was up here, but I saw a TikTok the other morning, and it was like this black business woman professional talking to another professional, and she goes, oh, we gotta stop this. You're doing OnlyFans? Oh no, you like she's gonna fire her, right? How much do you even do make doing this? And you know, you'll risk your job for it. She said, like $30,000 to $50,000. And the lady says, a year? She says, no, a month. Girl, the next scene was the damn manager doing the OnlyFans. Say, tell me how to hold it. Teach me how to. If you telling me I can make $30,000 to $50,000 just doing pictures and foolishness, and ain't nobody gotta touch me, oh,
Or you
girl,
can
it was
lay
a
up and get pumped and dumped by a neighbor and get a cool $22 a month.
girl at 22. I know somebody who was getting $11.
Or I know somebody was getting
$11.
$1.50 a week. $1.50.
And
This
this
is
a
how
family member
delusional they are.
who
This is
was
how
bragging
delusional they
that he
are.
was on child support and taking care of his kids, paying $11 a month. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, not $11. $11 every two weeks. $22 a month for two children.
And will tell you they not doing nothing else. You got me on child support. I'm not doing nothing else. Okay, for the $11. Okay.
Tequila want to know who's on the panel. It's the Black Audacity, baby. Why? It is Miss Lady T on the panel. Why? They're chilling with the mule tonight. But yeah, so I just like to let people know who on the panel with me.
It's the Black Audacity.
It's the Black Audacity, baby. Drop y'all links to y'all channel if y'all have channels. You can always drop them here.
So, Mule,
Oh
that
yeah,
audio what you were
I
playing, was that a debate or what was that?
that was actually on both of their platforms. They streamed them simultaneously. So if you go to the Angry Man's very last stream, or you go to Destiny, his very last stream, you'll see it.
Okay.
And
what is it
and
done? Is it
Angry,
done? Did we finish listening
yeah.
to it?
No, not
Okay.
really. But I don't know. Somebody had posted earlier to me that Angry Man that Angry Man flags people's channels. I'm kind of, I was like, yeah, I'm glad y'all came up because I'm like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have played it. But anyway,
Well, can
I'll
he
take it.
flag it if you don't have the actual visual up?
And that's what I was hoping for because, but the thing was, they weren't cammed up either. It was just their pictures up. So, but I was trying my best to try to do it a different way. Tequila said not $1.50 a week. Yes, girl. You know these
Yes,
people
tequila.
complain about it. They complain about that child support, girl. They don't want to pay that $1.50 a week. Girl, is you crazy?
Girl, I
I
think,
mean,
and for them is not only just the payment. They just believe that you've put the white man in their business, supposedly.
and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna need him all up in that business. I'm a yeah. Sometimes I feel like a hypocrite because I am married, y'all, and I don't
I'm
go through
married.
this.
I'm married to a black man. I've been with him for 16 years.
Oh, girl, I love you so much because I feel like, but it's like these new black men are like freaking weirdos. It's like, god damn, y'all ain't even trying to let the sisters breathe. Like, I promise you, before I came to YouTube, I had to ask my husband, am I submissive? Like, do I obey? Am I a good doggy? Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, you never hear the language these people say are so unreal. And at first I thought it was kind of weird and I was ignoring it. But now I feel like there are women teaching other women to obey and to submit and to it's just like, God damn, they are leading women into like a servitude or slavery where they can't even use their own mind. And for me, as a black woman who came up during the crack era, I don't need black women not to be able to use their mind. I'm gonna be honest with you. I need black women to be smart, to be their own leaders, because I'm gonna be honest. The only thing that ever took black women out of the home was crack. That was the first drug that ever took us. Now you see black young ladies on pills and all this other shit, but we were not susceptible to that shit until our men brought us crack. You
Absolutely.
understand? And they
Absolutely.
brought it to them as a party drug. They brought it to them as, oh, this not a big deal. You understand? And I'm not saying they did it maliciously. Maybe it was just them being dumb like us, not knowing no better. But at the end of the day, it's the submissiveness, it's the trusting. I want people to be able to think for themselves. You know, our parents and grandparents used to say, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you? So I don't want nobody just willing to jump off no bridge for nobody. That's all I want. Yeah.
You know,
If I can stop one young lady from doing that, I would be a success, you guys. I really would. I would feel like I was a success.
yeah, the thing of it is that the majority of these women like Crimson Curse and 6 Foot Amazon and Burly Pearly, who don't eat, who are trying to give dating advice, aren't even married. I don't think they even have successful relationships. But somehow, just like the Angry Bird and the rest of the manosphere, the boyosphere, most of them aren't married or don't have good successful relationships, but somehow they're trying to give dating advice, which is ridiculous within itself. And then for black women to act so desperate that they keep running to these people who aren't though, that have zero credentials, that's even more frustrating. Because if they, let these people make their little podcast, but if black women don't run to them, like you was just saying, that angry bird, angry boy, cash app kept going off, and it was more than likely black women. If black women wouldn't keep running to these people's pages and supporting them, and trying to bow down at their feet and acting so desperate and having such low self-worth, these people will go away.
No, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, if I and listen, I completely agree. You know, and I'm telling you, it is it's very discouraging. And like I said, I had a chat with somebody a couple of days ago, and they were like, because and they were like, you never even do this and push your cash app the money. Listen, but the whole thing is, this is not. I'm not gonna say it's not free because it is. Well, it's not free because I pay for StreamYards, right? We pay for these platforms. We paying for our devices. But what I'm saying is, y'all pay for these people who hate us. You know what I'm saying? It's like god damn, like pay for some love. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. Like you will pay for people who gonna go against you at every turn. Please hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. I see a lot of people haven't. If you could just please hit the like button and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. You know, I was on
Incognito.
yeah, I was on
Incognito. Oh, I'm
Sexy
sorry. You go
Red
ahead.
channel yesterday, and she was just asking for at least just one donation or something a hour. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why you can't go live like that, because I do have my main job, but then I have my part time. I'm a loan signing agent. But I'm gonna be honest, I prefer YouTube. I really would prefer to do this than my part time job. But I lose money doing this shit than my part-time job. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a struggle for me, y'all. I would rather have this as my part-time. But anyway, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, I was they took my first channel. I got up to 1,500 and was getting paid, but I was talking too much about black men, I guess, so that was kept getting reported. So YouTube removed it, so I'm starting over. But I was answering to Incognito. She was saying that they are trying to get black women to lower their standards, but as far as I can see, they already have low standards. I never
Yeah,
seen them with high standards.
girl, look, lady. See, I'm cooking too. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why, because when you keep hearing everything clink, it sounds so disgusting. When I listen to the playback and I hear everything clinking, I don't like that noise in the feed. But yeah, I look, I understand when you got to do something, you got to do it. But no, I'm just saying, like, listen, these guys. But the beauty of it is, this is the only reason why I played this stream tonight, is because they can talk all the junk they want. It's funny how Angry Man has this white guy up there, and he's trying to be so nice and cordial. Did you hear that though in his voice?
Yeah, of course. Of course they are.
You
Of
you
course they
hear how he wasn't yelling at him? And let me just tell you this. They try to tell us how emotional we are. And women, we are emotional, right? But they want to play like we're so emotional and illogical, right? Unlogical. But
illogical, yeah.
yeah, but did you hear how calm and passive he was? And he actually let Destiny talk? He would have never done that for a black woman.
The
Never.
only people that black men terrorize is black women and other black men. They'll kill they will unalive another black man for
And
looking at them
black children.
the
And
wrong way.
black children.
Right.
Don't
They
forget
will
about the black
unalive
children.
anybody within the black community. I don't care if they old, young, skinny, male, female, child, elderly. But when they step outside of their community, they are passive and they know how to obey the law. Then they know how to obey the speed limit. They know how to talk yes sir, yes ma'am. But when they so-called community, that's when it's all, it's no holds barred and they act like they don't have no common sense. So no, he's not going to disrespect this man. The man could have even started disrespecting him, and I guarantee Angry Bird wouldn't have disrespected him back. Because I've heard black men do that on their podcast. I've heard black men called the N word with a hard E by white men on their podcast, and they still humbled themselves and tried to keep it respectful. Hello?
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
that on Fight Club. A white girl got drunk and she was calling them the N word with a hard ER. And they were like, "Oh, I can vouch for her." It was the most sickening shit. Wait, I want y'all to hear this guy again.
That frame of reference. Women are educated. Women do have birth control. So if you want to get a woman, you've got to work harder for it now. Whereas in the past, what you had to do was just actually work a job and you'd be basically guaranteed a wife.
Well, no, it's not. To me, and this is just my opinion. This is
Fair use, guys. Fair use.
not going to be popular with everybody, but in my opinion, it's not about the men being top one percenters. It's not even about taking away what women already have. Like, you can't put the cat back in the bag. That's not going to happen. My thing is, it's about carrying on a tradition of what you know works. I feel like in this day and age, we're just on this mission to dismantle everything that came
Now let me just say this here. Slavery worked, Jim Crow worked, right? So how far traditional do you think these guys really want to be?
The thing,
When you hear black men saying "Make America Great Again," what do you think? Like, I'm just asking for a friend. When you hear a black man say "Make America Great Again," tell me what era are they talking about?
I just think it's cognitive dissonance when they say that, and I think everybody, when they say "Make America Great Again," everybody looks at them like seriously, like we want it to be great again without you in it, sir.
I'm
Like
just saying when you hear black people saying screaming "Make America Great Again," what do you think?
I think that like I said again, the cognitive
At what
dissonance.
era? At what era are they talking about?
The thing is, Mule University is that every time, I always hear all these black men talk about, back in the 60s and in the 50s when our grandparents, when everything was so great. But whenever you see these documentaries from back then, it's a bunch of food, it's a bunch of poverty, it's a bunch of um
And I'm struggling to get out
it's a
of it,
bunch of
right?
struggling, yes. And then when you
Exactly.
see every single biopic that I've seen of black people, actual biopic and autobiographies, like James Brown, Ray Charles, all of them, they mamas was struggling or getting beat up, getting cheated on. Like, I don't, where's this good time that they
Listen,
talking about?
when I hear "Make America Great Again," this is the first thing I think about. I think about my parents. Then I think about my grandparents. Then I think about my great grandparents because I lived long enough to see all of these people living, right? And all I remember from them telling me and teaching me is about struggles. It's about things that they overcame, right? So I don't understand why these men think that "Make America Great" encompasses them. But hold on one second.
I mean, so I don't necessarily disagree with you. So progressives or people really far on the left have a habit of wanting to dismantle everything, but asking why it was
that came onto my show. Do you think that the 18-year-olds of our country would be able to storm the beaches of Normandy today?
You hear that? Girl, cash
if they
out.
had to,
That
I
man,
think you
he
can.
had so
I
many
think that
cash
I
apps
feel
and,
like the
and
circumstances
super chats.
created
It
people
was
to some extent.
ridiculous. You,
I think
y'all, this man had so many super chats and cash apps. The shit was mind blowing to me. How much they pay this man to talk shit about black women.
I don't well being monetized to disrespect black women has been lucrative for
It is
many
so
years
lucrative.
now. I mean, Tommy's Sotomayor was the first one that I heard doing that. I mean, I seen famous men retweeting things that Tommy Sotomayor said. So I know it's been a very lucrative thing to just disrespect and belittle black women. It's so I mean, but black women acting like gluttons for punishment. They keep running to these people's channels.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I got an email today to join somebody panel because there was a white man up there, and I wanted to go up there and trigger the black man to see how bad he would cuss me out. Because I'm telling you, I would have waited politely till that white man left and then said something to him, and I would have been everything but a child of God. You hear me? I would have been everything but a child of God. And I knew it, but I was at work. And by the time I got off, the stream had ended. Girl, I wanted it. And you know, I heard somebody, Sugar Bomb, somebody else said it. They're like, is she a glutton for punishment? No, I'm not. I just want to show the world how you can come up respectful, how you can be nice, but because you're not white, you will be treated horribly.
No,
And
when
I
I
don't,
say
And I
The black
and
women go to their
it took
page.
me a while to see it and notice
Mhm.
it for myself. And that's why I wanted to see, I want other black women to see it and see it for themselves. I want them to see me coming up there saying, Happy New Year, how you doing? Da 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 da. And bam. You bitch, you black hole, you the I want them to see it. I want them to see how nice and friendly they are to white guys who they claim are their oppressor. I want the world to see it.
They see it. They see it. It's black women that have done that before. They see it. They see
Yep.
it. These men got dozens of Memmy Rangers all over the internet making pages and channels that degrade black women, even though they themselves are black women. And these men, they put Burly Pearly as their woman king over all
That
the
is their
black
woman
women.
king, honey. Ah, girl, I love you. I love you so much. Girl, you said the woman, girl, that is their woman king. Is she not their burly pearly things is their woman king?
Man, they over all. I mean, if you ever listen to Crips and
And I'm
Curse
gonna tell you this
page,
here. If that ain't a man, I don't know what is.
but they,
That
girl,
motherfucker is a straight up man.
these the
And they
only
sit up
men who
here,
can't tell a
girl.
trans
Man.
can't tell a transformer when they see one. But as much as Crimson Curse and so many of them other ones literally lick the
Why they
ass
didn't
crack.
put Crimson Curse over me? Why you
Girl,
putting
she
her
been
name?
licking their ass crack for too many years for her to not been nominated as the woman king. Now
And
she
this
over on
Crimson
her
Curse
page
got
calling
jokes.
Burly Pearly sis. She
Look,
on her page calling Burly Pearly sis. Talking about sis said. I'm like, these black
girl.
women need to be slapped.
Girl, they got to be stopped today. You heard me? They gonna learn today. Girl, Crimson Q, you gonna learn today, baby.
Girl, that's the Crimson Curse.
Girl, I've been
The
calling her the
Crimson.
Crimson Curse.
That's
Oh,
what I call it too.
that
Oh,
bitch.
she is horrible. She was
Girl,
horrible.
but I'm just saying, I mean, y'all don't really want what women think. And it's the most unnatural shit that these men tell us they know what women think. Like, you niggas, y'all ever been a woman? Like, how can you tell me what a black woman thinks more than what a black woman can tell me? Like, I am her. I am she.
She
This
is
is
I.
me.
She is
Like,
I
what
am her.
the hell? And I
That's
don't
because
feel
they
like
want to
none of
be
the
black
stuff they
women.
say. Yeah. They be like, oh, because you gotta earn more than 100,000. Let me tell you. The only way a man would have to earn that kind of money is if I was Oprah or you know what I'm saying, like a millionaire. Then of course I'm
No,
gonna be scared.
you said what? What about the money?
I don't need let me tell you this here. When I got married, my husband ain't had no money. I didn't have no money. You know, we were really young. But my thing is, I hear a lot of men trying to trap women into these questions about how much a man have to earn. If you're asking a woman who's established, right, who has things going on, it is a lot different from asking somebody who's 19 or 20. And that is all I'm saying. When you ask somebody who's 19 or 20, you think, oh, he got to be kind, he got to be sweet. Because that's how I felt about my husband. Oh, he's so sweet. He's so honest. He's
Girl,
so
not this.
trustworthy.
No, not the Gen Z. The Gen
No,
Z saying
I'm
he
just
better
saying,
come
if
with a
I could
bag.
tell you about how I felt about the crush I had on my husband, I thought he was so honest. I thought he was so sweet. He was so trustworthy. All of these things, right? And ain't shit had to do with money because neither one of us had money, right?
Right.
But so when I tell y'all, that's why when they start talking about dating, I go on mute. I be like, that shit above my pay grade because when it comes to the dollars, to the money, to the ching ching, I can't tell you what could make you fall in love with somebody because I didn't fall in love with somebody behind money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But I will say this. I do think it's an age difference.
It's
So
a
if you ask,
generational. It's a
yeah, if
generational
you
thing.
ask somebody who in their 30s or 40s the same question, money will lead. I ain't gonna say money will lead, but it will definitely be part of that conversation. Whereas when I was young, I was dumb. I was like, hey, he's so sweet, he's so honest, he's so you know.
But you know what? I just think
Hmm.
because me and you are, I think we like the older millennials, or you may be a Gen X, which is the same thing to me. They the same, but the difference in the generational mindset is because the Gen Z girls, the 18, 19, 20 year olds, they want a bag. They want you to buy a Chanel purse. They don't understand how much the Chanel purses is 10,000, 15, $20,000. They want
Yeah.
you to come. They want you to buy them jewelry, like the stuff that us ladies that was teens in the 90s was thinking about when we were teenagers is totally different than the mindset of the younger generation. So these old 40, 50 year old men think they gonna run game on these Gen Z girls. These Gen Z girls gonna run circles on them because they want a bag up front.
And I guess what? I think they deserve it.
Yeah. These the
I ain't
same
got.
girls that's telling podcasters that they want a scammer. They don't even want a 9 to 5. They want a man that's scamming and that's making money. And I'm not saying that they should, because I think that they risk the chance of, when you deal with men with that type of mentality that's scamming and in the streets for his money, and you think you just gonna play them, that's why a lot of these men ain't playing about their money, and they already ignorant as they already low vibration ignorant men to begin with. So
Look,
I wouldn't.
Incognito says thanks. Gen Z ain't going for broke. see my See what I'm
They sure
saying? But
not. They sure not.
because when I was coming up, we went for broke. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
we
us the
thought,
girls in the 90s, we was roundaway girls.
yeah, exactly, we was dumb.
Bamboo earrings, at least 2 pairs.
That's all we needed, huh? But I'm just saying, that's why if you ever hear me go mute or go silent, especially on that dating shit, I'll go quiet because on the new stuff, it's like, let me just hold my girls down. That's all I be trying to do, like hold my young sisters down. Like I don't be want to comment on too much on the dating app, especially when it comes to those apps and stuff, because I don't know nothing about that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't.
See, I got a younger daughter. My daughter is 11. So I keep my ears on the street because, she's finna be she's preteen or headed to preteen. And I really, like, my biggest fear is my daughter being some dusty dude baby mama. Like, I honestly, if I can prevent that with everything in me, I am like adamantly working on preventing that. I'm literally putting her on a 10-year birth control when she turned 13. And it's not at all that she's having sex or even talking to boys. It's just, I don't want her to be trapped in the baby mama trap with somebody
And,
dusty son. I just
and
don't
it
want it.
is. It's a trap because you know what? She damned if she have a baby, she'll be a single baby mother, and she'll be talked about horribly. And then if she don't, she'll still be talked about horribly because she'll be a black girl. Wait, give me 1 second. Let me let this play. Fair use, guys. Fair use.
Their median incomes have grown. There is a lot of social dissatisfaction in some of these places, whether it's pushing for more gay people to be represented in areas, or whether it's pushing for, right now, it's usually representation of government. But there's like this hierarchy of stuff you push for. But like if you're developing, you're fighting for like, I need fucking food and water. Then it's like, I need good job opportunities. Then it's like, I need representation of my government. I don't want to live in a fucking authoritarian regime. And then once you got that shit out of the way, then it's like, okay, I think that women should have more rights. I want to talk about LGBT issues, but like when you're still working on that like foundational shit, yeah, you're not going to see in terms of like what we fight about for social issues in the West, right? But I mean, to some extent, I think that's a marker of our progress. Like in some ways, it's really annoying when somebody goes on Twitter and they're like, I encountered a lot of sexism today because like somebody called me a bitch. But in other ways, it's actually really cool because it's like, okay, cool. Well, in your mind, really bad sexism is somebody calling you a bitch. That's a mark of progress, in my opinion, because it means there's a whole bunch more sexism that you're not experiencing people in the past did.
I'm not. I'm a traditional guy, so I'm not really into the progressive stuff and all of that because I feel like when we get to the point where we allow like just having a imagination is awesome, but I feel like sometimes we've become so successful. It's kind of like what Bane said in The Dark Knight: success has defeated us. Like I feel like we start going into when you start looking at intersectionalism, which I don't want to get into a huge debate about that. Because I don't get I guess canceled. But when you look at intersectionalism, the reason why there's so much conflict there, the reason why there's so much conflict in this country when you have these discussions and these debates and stuff, is because we're starting to get off into the weeds with certain ideas and certain ideologies. And it would be one thing if people lived their lives and didn't try to force their lifestyle or force their ideology onto everyone. But that's exactly what we live in nowadays. In fact, we live in a society now where if you're a traditional person, if you believe in certain things, like let's say for argument's sake that you're a religious person, let's say that you're a Christian, let's say that you believe in the nuclear family, let's say that you believe in just being a regular guy with a regular wife and children, you're under attack today by all of the people that are like, oh, you're old-fashioned and that's not progressive and we have to be understanding of this group and that group. You're literally under attack. Like most men that are traditional men are constantly getting a finger wagged in their face. That's the reason why the whole red pill concept and, the manosphere, whether it's the white one or the black one, that's the entire reason it exists. Because men feel that they're being marginalized, ostracized from society, and treated like they're just innately toxic. And that's wrong.
So, again, there are a lot of things you're agreeing, or that you're saying that I agree with. I just don't think that there's that gender. When you talk about like getting off into the weeds with certain ideologies and attacking it without believing the right things, I think we do have a big problem with that today in society. I think a lot of it comes from the left kind of having their thumbs on a lot of the leaders of cultural power. But I just don't think it's like a gender thing. That's like a political, ideologically driven thing. Now, when you talk about like men are traditional men and they're getting fingers wagged in their faces, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's happening. I feel like people mix up a lot of the toxic aspects of red pill shit with like traditional things. If you're a good guy, you're working a good job, you go to church, and you're looking for like a traditional partner, you've got your shit handled, I don't think anybody's wagging their finger at you. In fact, because I've talked to a lot of conservative women, I think conservative women are dying to find men like that. But oftentimes, one of the biggest complaints that I hear, and I know men have the loudest voices online, so you hear about like all the whores, sluts, blah, blah, blah. When I talk to traditional women or conservative women, their complaints are always like, I have no fucking idea where you can ever find a good conservative man. They don't exist. It's a bunch of schizoid young men that sit in their basements, play computer games all day, and fantasize about like having a harem of 50 women they fuck, like you guys on Fresh and Fit tell them to do, right? I don't feel like places in the manosphere.
What you think about what you just heard?
I believe like the difference in the conversation is that the black is that Angry Bird is pushing more of a gender based argument, where it's a gender fight, a gender war, and the other guy really his whole conversation is revolving around conservative values for women
Exactly.
and men, whereas Angry Bird is just trying to push again the black manosphere rhetoric of blame black women, blame white men, blame the
But
system.
this is the thing. They're both manosphere, but one is manosphere and one is considered black manosphere. That's the
But
craziest.
the black manosphere is a bunch of oppressed victim. They've been running the victim. That's going to always be their conversation. That don't forget to take your pauses for commentary. The black manosphere is really just black men who hate black women and hate the system and hate everybody because they can't get ahead, and even though they're not trying to, even though they're not putting any effort to do so, even though they don't have a plan, on how they would get ahead, they just want it given to them, and they want it given to them on the backs of black women. They want to be able to be leaders and on women and leave us behind. But they want us to help them along the way. So yeah, like that's the reason why most people don't take black men seriously, because for one, you can't disrespect the woman and the womb that you come from, and people take you seriously. Even though other races of men have issues with their women, they're not going to get social media social media and broadcast that they hate their women, and then put other women on some type of pedestal, as if no other race of women has issues, because these other men realize that most men realize that the issues that they feel like they had with women, the emotional, the nagging, they realize that all races of women have those issues, or they feel like that they're nagging, but they realize that they're going to find that type of personality trait in the majority of women, regardless of their race. The only people who seem to not understand that is black men.
I think you're absolutely right. I thank you so much for holding it down, sir, for the black
You're welcome.
audacity.
And
I
that's
want
the
to say
reason why
thank
when
you.
black men get with other races of women, because they think it's gonna be all peaches and cream, and they think it's gonna be fairy tale and la la land. That's the reason why their relationships fail, because they get to those women and they realize that the same issues they was running away from in the black community with black women, they're gonna run into those same issues. And not only that, they're gonna run into women who expect them to actually act like men. Black women are used to black men being little boys and being coddled, and not not having any accountability. And we've sort of become immune to that a lot of times and just let that
Yeah.
pass. Whereas other races of women, when they go to them, they're not trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear about the white man holding you down. They're not trying to hear why you can't work because you black and male, and why you can't pay your child support. They're not trying to hear none of that.
And you're right. I just want to say a special shout out to Jeff Lindsay. Thank you so much for the cash app. I just want to say thank you guys for everybody for tonight. Going back to Sister MJ. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Claire Bear, I think I spelled your name wrong. I don't know what. Put it in the chat. It's Care Bear, but it was Claire Bear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Bia 2377. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jeff Lindsay 1. Thank you so much. I want to just say thank you to everybody who came up tonight. Um, I don't know. I guess everybody is still working, and you know, doing so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, you guys. But I just want to say thank you so much, guys. But I just want to play this in of this little panel that was here. Um, yeah, I know I could have rose all night tonight, but I know everybody is busy. So, like I said, I don't want to just hold y'all up, but I just want you guys to hear this conversation towards the end.
You can't blame black women for men being incarcerated. When police are policing these areas, black men are the ones that are engaging in the crime, but black women aren't. And I guess it just feels a little shitty to blame black women when at the end of the day, they're the ones that get saddled with all of the community responsibility. You've got to be the backbone of like all these families, of all these churches, all these things. Like the only way these communities function are on the backs of these like single black women moms. And then say, well, hold on a minute. And then for black men turn around and say, well, we got policed really heavily, and so we got caught selling drugs, and that's why you guys are all single moms, and that's why your lives are fucked up. But it's black women's fault for everything that happens with black women. Okay. I think there's a lot of fault that evenly goes on both sides.
Here's the thing.
Preface this, I just will comment as a small jump. I think it's funny that you're citing a woman who is a historian who went to Yale. So historians are important,
that is right? Funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, sure. Is that book America on Fire? I think for the poverty one or whatever, right? But regardless of that, everything you said might be true, but none of that is black women's fault. I just think it's fair to blame black women. Like you can't blame black women for men being incarcerated. When police are policing these areas, black men are the ones that are engaging in crime, but black women aren't. And I guess it just feels a little shitty to blame black women when at the end of the day, they're the ones that get saddled with all of the community responsibility. You've got to be the backbone of like all these families, of all these churches, all these things. Like the only way these communities function are on the backs of these like single black women moms. And then say, well, hold on a minute. And then for black men to turn around and say, well, we got policed really heavily, and so we got caught selling drugs, and that's why you guys are all single moms, and that's why your lives are fucked up. But it's black women's fault for everything that happens with black women. Okay. I think there's a lot of fault that evenly goes on both sides.
Here's the thing with this.
Yeah. I just want y'all to know that it is not a black woman's fault. I don't care if you hear it a million times today or tomorrow or yesterday or the day after tomorrow or 10,000 days before today. It is not black women's fault that these people was going to jail doing all this shit. Their asses was committing those crimes, y'all. We don't want to admit to it. And yeah, Destiny ate him up with that. Man. I want to say thank you for everybody who came up, which was Lady T and Sister Black Audacity. Thank you guys so much for coming up tonight. I want to thank everybody who was in the panel, everybody who supported the stream. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Seriously. MJ, Sister Care Bear, and to who I put in the chat. Let me see. I want to thank Bia 2377, Claire Bear, to you, Jeff Lindsay, and MJ. Thank you guys so much for supporting the stream tonight. You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you. But no, I just want all of us to know when we hear these fools say everything, I want us to start recognizing that they are foolish. And thank you guys for coming up. And tomorrow, you guys, hopefully you guys be here for that stream. I actually put like 3 days worth of work into it. So Black Audacity, did I get your cash up? Unless you're under a different name. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see. No Black Audacity unless you're under a different name. I have BL2377, Claire Bear to you, MJ, and Jeff Lindsay. So no, that was the only cash apps I got. But it's okay. Maybe you can hit me up next time on my cash app, Black Audacity. It's okay. I don't get upset. when I watch these people hate on us so much. Oh, Claire Bear, let me see. It says payment from Claire the RN2. Oh, for the Black Audacity. Great job. Oh, wow. Oh, you know what? Girl, maybe I need to click on everybody thing. Let me see. Payment from Jay Lindsay. Wow. Oh my God, Kevin, you told me something new tonight, girl. Bia 23771. Let me see what MJ got. Payment from Sarge Beauty. For Lima, keep up the good work. Wow! Y'all, MJ is the champ. I love you so much, MJ. Thank you so much. Love you, love you, love you. But no, I just want all of us to know that you are beautiful. Don't listen to what these waterheads, as my sister MJ teaches me. Don't listen to what these waterheads have to say. And at the end of the night, guys, we have got to stop. I want us to really stop listening to these waterheads because up is down and down is up for them. For real.
2 + 2 is 5 for them.
Yeah. And thank you so much because guess what? They sit up here and they say all this here negative stuff, but guess what? At the end of the day, they get tripped off on their own damn words. You don't want women having abortion, but yet you don't want to help raise the kids. You're the lowest people. You don't believe in marriage, but then if the woman say, "Well, I can't have this baby because I'm not married," she's up. You know what I'm saying? It's just never ending. Then if she do decide to have the baby, well, she ain't nothing but a single mother. It's just no end to the
It's a
disrespect you're
no
gonna
win.
get.
It's a no win situation with them.
Sisters, it's a no win. This is why I want to uplift the sisters because it's like if you damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
And the sad part is they always end up needing black women. The same women they degrade, belittle, disparage, they always need them. Angry man need black women because they're the ones who pay all his cash apps. Kevin Samuels was the same way black women paid his cash apps. Even Crimson Curse over there looking like the I won't even talk about her. But even Crimson Curse, most of her followers are black women. Just like this chef that just got outed for all the disrespectful stuff he was posting about black women, Chef Way. Now he's
Yeah.
selling oxtails and fried chicken. He know the people that's gonna be all.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's you or me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So all the women that they showed sitting at his food truck before he got outed was all black women. They always Black women is the purse of the community. They always end up needing black women in the end.
I completely agree. And you know I agree.
But thank you all. Thank everybody. This the Black Audacity. I'm out. Thanks, Mule. It's always a pleasure coming up on your post. This is the second time I came up. But I'll definitely be attending more often. But I work full time too, as you see. Claire RN. I'm a nurse, so I'll be at work all the time. But
Girl. Well, I greatly appreciate it. And I want you to come back more and more and more.
yes, thank you so much, and everybody subscribe to my channel if you see it, and hit the like button. Thanks.
All right. Thanks
Bye.
everybody for coming. Love you guys. Good night.